What's up guys, welcome to another video, and today we have got another Ask Hippo. This is the series where I answer your questions that you have asked from the previous week's comments. And yeah, another great week of questions. So without further ado, let's get straight into this week's video. Okay, to kickstart off this week, the first question is from Feeling the Dragon, and his questions are: what improvements would you like to see to the crew in a sequel if that were to be made? What car should he use to make JV's Viper in Midnight Club LA? And if a dragon roars in the woods but no one hears him, is it still epic? So I think we'll go for number one first, obviously. I would say more game mode variation, not focusing on the huge map as much as the gameplay, you know, actually getting the gameplay sorted. The physics were all messed up and there's a few other things in the game which I didn't personally like, you know, actually getting all the features on, you know, by release day. So like that's the vinyl editor, which is still not in, a good car list, again, another thing they need to add in, a lot of things really. But really, just actually making a game which is finished, I think, is the main improvement, you know, for the crew if they ever gets a sequel. You know, you need to release a game which is finished, you know, not half finished or whatever has happened with this one. So I would say just finish the fucking game, is my opinion. Number two, I'm pretty sure there is a Viper in Midnight Club LA. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there is. So just use a Viper. It'd make more sense. And dragons just aren't as cool as hippos. Sorry, it's just fact. Okay, the next question is from the Yellow Racer, but before we get into this question, I want to say, please don't ask me any more than 5 questions, because if there's 10 questions and they're all scattered around the comments, it's really hard to edit firstly, and it's going to take ages. It's not a Q&A, it's an essay. So please, no more than 5 questions. So I've taken what I've done here. I've taken the first 3 questions because he asked me like 9. So I was like, I can't do this, it's too much. So I've taken the first 3. I'm going to answer these. So the first question is, why don't you do a Drivecast stream on Twitch where the viewers are interacting? Number 2 is, why do you think the crew is so boring? And number 3 is, do you prefer Drive Club and The Last of Us or FH2 and Halo? Obviously the PlayStation 4 exclusives and the Xbox exclusives. So number 1, I think the reason we don't want to do a Twitch stream, or I personally, I can't speak obviously behalf on CJ and Speedway, the reason I think a Drivecast is more suited to offline recordings, it's better, you know, in the long term, not interacting with people throughout the stream. So say if we're constantly referencing the stream chat, and then we go ahead and upload it onto YouTube, the people who watch it on YouTube aren't going to have a clue what we're talking about in the stream chat. So if we are literally having a conversation with you guys, it would be really, really hard for the people that watch on YouTube to understand what we're talking about, because the stream chat obviously wouldn't be in the recording, and if it was, they would keep on having to look back and da-da-da and da-da-da. So if we were to do one, I don't think it would be extremely user interactive, just for the sake of it. It is a YouTube series, you know, it's a YouTube podcast, so we gotta make it YouTube friendly, and just having it on Twitch generally isn't that YouTube friendly unless we weren't speaking to the chat, which I think it's kind of a cop-out really. But I'm down to doing a Twitch stream under those rules, you know, if we are literally just like if we have the chat turned off somehow and we're just doing it like that, I'm down for that. But really, it has to be a YouTube friendly stream, a YouTube friendly video first and foremost, in my opinion. You know, obviously I can't speak on CJ and Speedway's behalf, but I believe it should be YouTube friendly first, Twitch friendly second. So that's the reason, you know, why I personally think it's more suited to YouTube. But that's just my opinion only. You'd have to ask CJ and Speedway what they think, if they agree with me or not. Number 2, why do you think the crew's so boring? I've kind of mentioned this already, you know, it's just not a complete game, and there's not much to do after you complete the game, you know, it's just not as many races as FH2, car list's lacking, the open world feels very samey, you know, if you go to San Francisco, it's very similar to like New York, and that shouldn't be the case. And overall, I just don't find it fun, really. And number 3, Drive Club, The Last of Us, or FH2 and Halo. Now, I haven't actually played The Last of Us, funnily enough. I really need to get around to it. And honestly, I think generally I'd go FH2 and Halo anyway, because I'm not a big fan of Drive Club. FH2, I'm in love with the game, and Halo I've grown up with since I was a little kid, so therefore FH2 and Halo, please. You know, I guess I am an Xbox fanboy. No, I'm not really, but yeah, I've got to go FH2 and Halo. Okay, the next question is from Scooby, and his questions are, what's your favourite chassis? Favourite Halo game if you're a fan, and let's not start a new trend called Rise of 2015, please. Okay, so favourite chassis. Obviously, I've never actually drove legally, I haven't drove any cars in real life. But you know, I guess you know what I'm saying there. So I guess I can't really say. From what I've used like on GT and stuff, I guess that's the only thing I can really base it off. The GTR, the R35 chassis, I think it's called the CBA R35. That's pretty good. The BNR 32, again, I love the R32. I love the way it handles. It's just amazing. The MR2's chassis, is it SW20? I think. That's another good one. But I haven't drove a car in real life, so I guess it's really hard for me to say and answer that question to its fullest. So I guess those three are ones that I've enjoyed playing video games, but honestly in real life I can't really answer that question. And number 2, what's your favourite Halo game? Of course I'm a Halo fan. I've played that game, you know, Master Chief has been with me since day, so yeah, I love Halo. My favourite Halo game has to be either 2 or 3. I think I'm leaning more towards 3, because that was the one that really kind of got me invested. I think that was the one that really got me addicted. So I'm going to say Halo 3 was my favourite. Although Halo 2 is a very close second. Okay, the next question is from Nathan Steels, and his questions are: have you ever watched any Hot Wheels or best motoring vids? And are you going to make any GT6 videos now you've got a wheel? So I'm not sure what he means by I said Hot Wheels, didn't I? When I was reading out the question, I said Hot Wheels. For fuck's sake, why can't I read? I haven't seen any hot version or best motoring videos. I'm not really sure what that is, to be honest. In terms of motoring YouTube channels, that's what you're talking about. I'm subscribed to Car Throttle. Is it Motor Trend channel? I found them out very recently. And a few others, but I haven't seen those 2 channels, if that is what you're talking about. And are you going to make any GT6 videos? Yes, I was supposed to make one last week, but I kind of didn't, so that kind of happened. But yeah, I'm planning to do some. When I do some, I don't really know. But I have actually done some GT6 streams. I'm gonna try learn how to drift first, and then I'll make a few videos about that. But yeah, I'm slowly learning how to play GT6 with a wheel, and it's going pretty well. I've been playing it pretty much day in, day out, trying to get the grips of it, and yeah, it's going pretty well. So expect some videos in the foreseeable future. Again, I can't put a date down because I'm not putting a date down because I don't know myself. But yeah, very soon, very soon. Okay, the next question is from Zhao, and his questions are: what would your reaction be if the BBC asked you, Nicholas and CJ, to be the host of Top Gear? Question 2, what's your favourite GTA game? And question 3, best story you've ever played in a game. So number 1, I'll be like, yo mate, I haven't even got a driver's license yet, so I'm probably not suited to the show, but I'll take your money and run, I think is what I'd say. Number 2, favourite GTA game, probably GTA 4. The story in that game was unreal. I absolutely love GTA 4, so yeah, GTA 4 definitely. And favourite storyline, oh my god, there's been a few. The Modern Warfare series, as much as everyone takes the piss out of COD, the Modern Warfare series had a really strong storyline. I'd say the Halo series obviously had a really strong storyline up until 3, then 4 kind of went a bit weird. So I couldn't really say really. I played a lot of games, so I think it's really hard just to say one. But I'd say them 2 are up there. No real racing games had a good storyline. GTA 4 had an amazing storyline. I don't really know. I guess it's between GTA 4, Halo, and the Modern Warfare series. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Okay, the next question is from WRXSTuner88, and his questions are: have you bought any songs from next gen racing games? And can I Photoshop CJ into a pink Nissan Micra convertible? So number 1, have I bought any? Lol, who buys music? I've got some in my Spotify playlist, you know, with air quotations, but I haven't bought any. Who buys music nowadays? I don't know, I got a few songs from The Crew, a lot of FH2 songs. I mean, the first trailer song from FH2 is now my intro song, so that should say quite a lot. But yeah, I mean, every game I listen to, I have some music from. Like, well, every racing game anyway, because every racing game usually has a good soundtrack, or some songs that are good. So, yeah, like, I have got a few. I mean Revolution by Nervo, that's my intro music. You and Me by Bass Nectar is another one. Obviously you've got that Overdrive, that was one I heard before, but that's in Horizon 2 as well. Camo and Crooks, I think it's called, Move Around from Horizon, that's quite good. So you know, if you need any songs, just Google some of them. And yes, of course, you know, I'd welcome that. If you did that and sent it to me, I'd use that as the next Drivecast border. Boom, just said it. So yeah, go for it, mate, go for it. Okay, the next question is from Roger Fisher, aka Neelix Britsky, aka The Dark Destroyer, aka Neelix Gaming. Oh, I almost forgot that last one. And his questions are, he's got 3 questions. He says, what's your favourite GTA game? Already answered that. What's your favourite comedy? Oh, this is an easy one. And what is your opinion on the new Fast and Furious DLC for Horizon 2? So, favourite GTA game? Already answered that. That's GTA 4. Favourite comedy? Hands down, is The Office US. That thing, oh my god. If you guys haven't watched The Office US, you've definitely seen memes on Twitter, and you've definitely enjoyed it in some way. I mean, it's just one of those things which you just need to watch to understand pop culture. It's just so good. So if you guys are struggling to find like a Netflix series or just something to watch online, search The Office US Episode 1 Season 1. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. And my opinion of the Fast and Furious DLC, still need to make a video on that, so I will talk about it now. It's more of the same. It's basically Horizon 2, but some recycled content, a bit more of it. That's about it, really. It's basically Forza Horizon 2 Prologue, if you think about it that way. Is it worth buying for £8? Nope. Is it worth for being free? Yeah, I'd say it's worth free. So that's my opinion on it, really. I haven't really got any opinions on it. It's just Forza Horizon 2, but burying them down in my opinion. Okay, the next few questions are from Muckracer GT2. His questions are: have you ever been worried about getting a copyright strike over the BS in-game music? How would you feel if the Need for Speed and BMW M3 GTR was in a Fast and Furious movie? How would you react if everyone who watched Top Gear thought you were the Stig? And what would you rather own, a McLaren 675 LT, the 488 GTB Huracan, or 911 GT3 RS? So, oh god, that last one was really wordy. How have I ever been worried? Honestly, the only reason people worry about copyright nowadays is so they can't monetize videos. And as you can tell, I use quite a bit of copyrighted content every now and then. So, not really. I mean, if my video gets flagged up and I can't monetize my video, that's fine. But copyright strikes, not really. I've straight up just ripped songs from I don't know, just dance songs. I mean, I've done it loads, and I'm not worried about getting a strike. I'm not sure what the thing is for getting a strike, but I doubt it's using it as background music in a video. And if it is, I'm sure my partner and company can sort that out. So, have I ever been worried? Not really. If my video does get flagged up and I can't monetize my video and get money from it, then it's alright, it's only one video, and I'm not exactly doing it for money anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. How do I feel if the Need for Speed BMW was in a Fast and Furious movie? I would expect a very good Need for Speed game that was Fast and Furious related. B, I don't want it to get blown up or jump off a cliff. I hope it was actually used for street racing. And it'd have to follow some type of Need for Speed prowess, it couldn't just be your typical new Fast and Furious film where it's just jumping off cliffs and blowing up. They can't blow up an M3 GTR, that just made me cry. So yeah, they'd have to use it properly. How would I react if everyone who watched Top Gear thought I was the Stig? I think I'd just go with it, to be honest. I'm like, yeah, I am the Stig. You're never gonna see me drive, and I'd just really milk it, and get a few Twitter accounts on the go, get some ads on the go, and then make it rain. And the last question is, what would you rather own, a 675 LT, that's obviously the new McLaren that's come out, the 488 GTB, which is the replacement for the 458, the Lamborghini Huracan, or a 991 GT3 RS? I'd own a Huracan. I think everyone who knows me just knows I love Ferraris. I mean, Ferraris? Whoa. I mean, Lamborghinis, obviously. Why did I just say Ferraris? Yeah, anyone who knows me knows I love Lamborghinis. The Huracan is no exception. I've heard it's just an amazingly all-rounded car, and it's not, going to bite your neck off. You can actually control it. So, I'd love to try the Hurricane one day, but I don't know. I can never see me owning one. I think I'm more of an import guy. I think honestly, once I get my R32, I don't really know what's next. So we'll see. Okay, the next question is from the Speedway Gamer, and his question is, well, he's got 3 questions. I always say his question is, but then there's multiple questions. Anyway, his questions are, Spider-Man or the Amazing Spider-Man, Marvel or DC, and Formula 1 or Rally. So, number 1, it's obviously going to be the original Spider-Man. That shit was amazing back in the day. Like, back in, like, 2001, was it 4? Shit, that was it. Marvel or DC, I'm not really a big, kind of superhero guy, but if I had to pick, I'd say Marvel. I think they've really upped their game recently. And Formula 1 or Rally, oh my god, I never really watched, Rally Championships, so I have to say it's Formula 1 really. I do watch a bit of Formula 1 every now and then, but honestly, I'm not a huge fan, but I do keep my eye on it, like I'm not like a constant observer, but if it's there, I've got nothing to do, I'll pop a bit of Formula 1 on. So yeah, it probably is Formula 1 to be honest. Okay, the next question is from Tuners, and his question is, did you enjoy Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012? To answer this question, short and sweet, no, hated that game. The next question from Renegade GTR is, what is your favourite Fast and Furious movie, and what is your favourite car in the upcoming Fast and Furious movie, which obviously is Fast 7. I made a review on that like a day ago. About a day ago. That was a really bad joke. But yeah, I made a review on that. But my Fast and Furious, I just kind of like froze there for a second. But my favourite Fast and Furious movie is Fast and Furious 1 or Tokyo Drift. Couldn't pick between the two. And my favourite car in the upcoming one is definitely the Supra or the GTR. I think the Supra takes it for obvious reasons if you've seen the film, which I'm not going to spoil, but the Supra for obvious reasons is my favourite yet. And the final question is from Andreas, and his question is, if you could live in any NFS city or place and eventually street race in that city, where would it be? His would be Underground's Olympic City. Now, you guys are probably, you're probably thinking I'm going to say Bayview from Underground 2. The reason I would not live in Bayview is I think if I only saw imports, for the rest of my life, that shit would get boring. So I'm going to have to say Rockport. And then eventually flee to Palmont City. I think is basically what I'm saying here. For the basic reason, I can't just see imports for the rest of my life. How much I'd hate the R32 if that was the only car I saw for the next 60 years. That's just no. So I'd have to say, I'd have to say Pullman and Rosewood. Or wait, what's it called? It was Rockport, sorry. Rockport, and then I'd evade in my R32, jump the bridge over to Palmont in the foreseeable future. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this Ask Hippo. Lord knows what episode this is, I don't even know myself, so I'm not going to say. But if you did enjoy, make sure to smack that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.